Therefore, kulandako pali ba Edith Nawakwi. Ba Edith Nawakwi, ifyo mwambo kulala ndefi, ifyo mwambo kula chitefi, muchinje ifyo mule chitefi. Ba Edith ayamano mwambaya, muchinja mano mwambo kuchitentonokani. Tuwali mipera sana respect. But pako ya timu mrefu ayo kwa running mate kwa Edgar Lungu mu 2021, and you now want to destroy the foundations of this country. I think that one we are not going to accept, and that's why I take this time to issue this video to advise you, Edith, what you are doing is wrong. You are on a very wrong trajectory. Uyu mufimbira mukwete mufimbira mukwatire president chechi na mukwatire mufimbira. But let me be very, very honest with you. Umufimbila mukwatire chechi sapado ko ole mitwala. Na mukwato mufimbila na president HH. But let me tell you one thing. Whether you like it or not, HH is the president in 2021. You are not going to succeed. But icho tuye miye bafimo ba Edith Nawakwi. Don't confuse the masses. Don't confuse the masses with your lies. Imwe ba Edith imwe. Let me tell you one thing. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, ala imini na nembwa nefina mama haina, you were old enough, but then in fact you even voted during the time of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. But you even voted. Kaunda used to win elections against animals. Ale imini na bachula, awina bachula, akonkanya poko president. But let me tell you one thing. In 2021, even if all of us we don't stand as presidents, even if President HH don't stand in 2021 as a presidential candidate, ero tubike kochula, tubike kolwembolo, tubike kokolwe kuloko aleka lefina mafya kwa Kaunda. Edgar Lungu cannot win elections. And they are going to create history in the world that we are the first country where an animal won election against the president. So imenga mule mono kweba tawe because ine na lai sandande fi nde mkulabe pefi abo fi. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time with all of that privatization nonsense. People don't even understand that privatization nonsense you are talking about. What university? There is a university unionist. There is a university unionist. Is he a lecturer from the University of Zambia? Ali learned that it will take idiots to vote the Patriotic Front in 2021. And let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you so that you do understand. In 2021, the percentage that President Edgar Lungu will get, votes, the percentage of his votes that is going to get, that is if he's even going to stand, that will be the representation. It will be the percentage of the number of idiots that we have in this country. I agree with that University of Zambia lecturer said. It will represent a percentage of idiots that we have in this country. The percentage that President Edgar Lungu is going to get. So you are wasting your time to start talking about those issues of privatization. You were a former minister. What you could have done was, you could have gone there with documents. You could have gone to get the duplicate copies from the Lusaka City Council of that particular house. We check so that you have got empirical evidence when you presented your issues on that particular radio program. Number, you are a minister, a former minister. You go to start talking from without. How do you go to start talking from without? You 2015 when President Edgar Lungu won as a president after the death of President Sata. Tamambira kuta celebrate wa Edgar Lungu Nawakwati. You are going to be the next president, the vice president of the republic. Until we be part 2016, we are going to make you a running mate. You are be capable running mate for 2016. So they keep on driving you, and that is why you have even lost your backbone, your political backbone, because you used to have a very strong backbone in politics. You used to be a vertebrate politician. Now the Patriotic Front have converted you into an invertebrate politician. You no longer have a spine in politics. And this is why these people, they are stealing money there. You are busy campaigning for them. You don't know that anything that you say against President HH, you are in the campaigning for Edgar Lungu. All of you people that are insulting President THH, including Sean Tembo, you go to radio, you start insulting President THH. You are simply campaigning for Edgar Lungu and you are endorsing this government to continue. Idio mwale kula mwa Nawakwi nga mwaya hospital kulia, mwale amukushita po drip ya meshi. Mwale amukushita pana demo wa Nawakwi. If that was the case, or is it that all of us we could have died from malaria? Malaria mshaya yangashi. There was malaria which was very, very dangerous. Ushe malaria yale yangashi nga chakwe bati, mwa hospital stamwali umuti. Ngatamwali chloroquine, ngata chloroquine kashiteni mweka. This my boy from the UPND media, CIC media, Roy Makai Mwaishi Adilwa. When we went to the hospital, Ukuya Sangati, there is no stationery in the hospital, Pachingwele level 1 part. There was no stationery in the hospital. BP bale lemba paper la kabumu, le raka box kabumu, epo bale lemba BP ya muntu. Baku pelaka paper kabumu, bapima BP ilifi bale lemba paper kabumu. Baisa mkupima into anoka the temperature, bale lemba paper kabumu. Instead of us to have that hospital book, alaka book tushita tu kwacha hospital. Na tu kwacha yaka book alake ni mwaliba ba PF. Mwaliba, there is no those books in the hospital. Bale lemba the doctor was writing on a plain paper. Kabiyeni kuchingwele kuti. When it came to the medication, balanda uyumuntu trefa kumubika ku drip. The all of the drip system I had to buy from the next drugstore Kalipani. Opposite the hospital, the drugstore has got a drip system. Ila drip na kanyula fionsene fya kubikira drip you go and buy from a shop. This is how they have brought down this economy. So imwewa Edith Nawakwi ngamulela ndokwe bati mule support Edgar Lungu. It means that nonsense must continue. That's what you are implying. Awe, at your level and your experience in politics, you cannot be doing things like that. For once, try to be reasonable and make sure that we find the solution to the freedom of Zambians. How can people start buying cannula? Cannula hospital, tamuri cannula, honestly. A hospital without a cannula, a hospital without a drip, a hospital without medicine. Hello, Mwaya Langana Mbaku Kitwe General Hospital, Kitwe Teaching Hospital, which is more like a university. Hospital Mawako Swebeka Beka. And that is what you Edith now. That's the nonsense that you are supporting. How can you support such kind of nonsense? Patriotic front yesterday balenda na matropico. Mailo wakwata makatapira. Bambo kukula kwata na matipa. Bakwata mabasi. Because you are stealing money from the hospitals and you are giving to your youth. Voice were kwata BMW pangandari 44. Where do they work? I was in MMD, we had people who were controlling Kulima Town, they were controlling Intercity. We should have got a Pama Road 2020 Chiramuntu. And then that is at the cost of having nothing in hospitals. But you are building lodges. You are even buying loose coat. But most people tamuli panado. I think you are supposed to be ashamed of yourself. And you Edith now, you are supposed to be ashamed of this nonsense. This nonsense must ashame you, Edith. You should be ashamed of this nonsense. Where are these people getting money when there is nothing in hospitals? How can you embark on an empowerment which you Edith Nawakwi are supporting? Because anything that you say against President THH, it is an indirect endorsement of Edgar Lungu. It is an indirect endorsement of Edgar Lungu. Now when you are going to look at this procedure, when you look at the Privatization Act, Act number 386 of the laws of Zambia, you should have taken it to the radio before you went to YAP against President THH. You, Edith Nawakwi, you should have taken it to the radio before you went to YAP against President THH. So that you get empirical evidence. Because this Privatization Act was drafted by experts. It was drafted by experts. You were a minister. All the records are there. Mwaliku Canada. You were in Canada with the Francis Kaunda. Francis Kaunda had to call President Frederick Chirwata an awkward hour. An awkward hour because you started engaging in deals which he did not agree with. Of course, it must have been deals of corruption. Francis Kaunda was forced to call Frederick Chirwata when he was a president. And if you finish for investors, what were you talking with the investors? The suffering of Zambians because of your selfish interest of being a vice president. What kind of nonsense is that? Mwalimini in my election in 2006, your presidential candidate was President HH. when you formed UDA, there was UNIP, there was FDD, and there was UPND. You, Edith Nawakwi, you were campaigning for President HS to be president of this republic under UDA. Nomba ngawalishiwe if you knew Baba Edith Nawakwi mwalishiwe because HH was a person who amounts away from stealing. Minister Malan did know he cannot be president of UDA. Why didn't you say that he was not supposed to be the president of the UDA? So now today, what are you telling us? What are you telling us? What are you telling us today? Tell us what you are telling us. If you are not indirectly campaigning for Edgar Lungu, the person who is destroying this country.